It's stage 4. It's the final stage of the Lloyds Bank Tour of Britain Women, and it's a 99-kilometre stage with 1,612 metres of elevation. They leave the National Cycling Centre in Manchester. They're heading for Lee, a short, intense stage across the climbs. They passed through kilometre 0, and it was a calm start to begin with. That was until several attacks started to go off the front. None made it until Krista Dobell-Hickok of the Human-Powered Health Squad decided and sensed her opportunity on her favoured terrain. As she went through Delft, she got to the first queen of the mountain of the day, the Category 1 climb of Grains Bar, a 2.4-kilometre climb averaging 5.8%. The lower slopes of the climb were at its most steepest of 11%, and it was Tennille Campbell of Liverpool who was pacing the peloton. It all came back together due to the impetus and the pace at the front from the rider from Trinidad and Tobago, and behind the damage was being done with several riders being distanced. It was the group that split, and Lizzie Deignan, as she came to the top of the Queen of the Mountain on Grains Bar, she accelerated to take the 10 points to add to her Queen of the Mountain's lead. She took a look over her left-hand shoulder and she saw an advantage. The 10 points go to Deignan, putting her on 35 points. Then she pursued the lead out front. There was a real chase, but when she came to the bottom of the second Queen of the Mountain of the day, Ramsbottom Rake, she still had a good lead. She'd been the virtual leader along the way. It was Team DSM Firmenich PostNL who were setting the pace for Pfeiffer Georgie on this brutal climb. It was an eye-watering 1.1 kilometres long with 10.1% average. Deignan bagged the 10 points in the Queen of the Mountains competition, putting her on 45 points. It was her GB national teammate Anna Henderson taking the 9 ahead of Paternoster, Kopecky and Georgie. Deignan still persisted out front. She still had a good lead, and it was the second chasing group on the road that contained Saint-Michel Mavic-Aubert 93 who were willing to try and do the work to get to the chasing group. It was all back together, and it was Christine Majerus who sensed an opportunity to attack. It was the Luxembourgish champion with the counter-attack, followed by Anna Henderson. She was always closely marked by Lotte Kopecky. Henderson was the nearest rival in the general classification for Kopecky. 1 kilometre to go until the one and only intermediate sprint of the day, and it was going to be a close battle because there was 3 bonus seconds on the line. It was SD Works Pro Time who were in control. It was close, but it was Majerus who took the 3 seconds, Paternoster with the 2 and Wiebes with the 1. On the run into Lee Sports Village, Deignan attacked once again with that blue jersey on her shoulders, but of course she was closely marked by Christine Majerus. The counter-attack arrived, and it came from Anna Henderson, second overall in the general classification. She had 17 seconds to make up on Kopecky, and it put Kopecky to work. Into the final and into the run into Lee. It was the world champion in the green jersey who was on the front, and she had an advantage with 200 metres to go. It was looking set to be for Lorena Wiebes, but as Lotte Kopecky started to look around, she started to freewheel, and Lorena Wiebes was cheering on Majerus. As Majerus came to the line in Lee, it was a close one and a photo finish with Ruby Rose McGannon down the centre of the road. And indeed, it was the Australian road race champion who did take the victory. Majerus celebrated too early. Final stage ahead of the SD Works Pro Time trio of Christine Majerus, Lorena Wiebes and Lotte Kopecky. Aline Jansen takes 5th place and Pfeiffer Georgie 6th. The stage 4 victory goes to Ruby Rose McGannon of Liverpool. The winner of the sprints competition is Lotte Kopecky. And Great Britain's Lizzie Deignan wins the Queen of the Mountains. The Best Young Rider award goes to Aline Jansen of Volker Vessels. Christine Majerus missed out on the stage win, but she made it onto the podium in 3rd place overall. 2nd spot goes to Britain's Anna Henderson, and the winner of the inaugural Lloyds Bank Tour of Britain Women is Lotte Kopecky. Confirmation of the overall standings, Lotte Kopecky wins by 17 seconds from Anna Henderson, with Christine Majerus in 3rd. Pfeiffer Georgie misses out on a podium finish by just 4 seconds, and Letizia Paternoster manages 5th despite that late puncture.